Hello everybody. This is going to be a quick video about where you've used the quick draw charm. Now, it's an interesting item. 8 speed on first round, 12 crit% on first round, but minus 3 speed after that. So, in my mind, there's always been a couple of theories that you can use the quick draw charm for. I've used it in mark comms, so whoever needs to mark first, I've put it on them. People who can mark and do damage is pretty good, such as the bounty hunter is not bad because he can do come hither and get a decent critical, and he'll definitely go first. Other marks involve the occultist, where he can too a critical mark, which is pretty good. I've used this in the mark and mark combo, where the houndmaster and bounty hunter follow up on said mark, depending on where I position it. Or you can just simply do somebody like a houndmaster or a bounty hunter to do just a generic mark for someone like an arbalist, where obviously anyone who functions often marks well. That is one thing. The other thing this can be used for is instant enemy party control, such as maybe you like the plague doctor, and this is earlier in the game. You don't really have a lot of speed increasing trinkets, so you say, you know what, 8 speed, I'm just going to blinding gas the back row. Perfect. Or I never really thought about this. You could try to put on a highwayman and get riposte up before definitely anybody goes, and with a 12% critical chance, there's actually a pretty good possibility you're going to crit somebody on your riposte stab. So that's another possibility. I have personally not tried that one, but I'm not saying it's not going to work either. Another area we could look at is someone like a Hellion. So let's look at a Hellion real quick here. I'm going to just have to take it away. I've actually used it on Iron Swan, given Iron Swan about a 21% chance increase along with the 9%. It's about a 33 to 40% chance for a critical, depending on what you have and other buffs of the torch. A 40% chance to do an Iron Swan and possibly delete the back row. I've definitely done that before. Got rid of damage dealers pretty quick. Now, the Hellion has a naturally slower speed here at 6, so knocking her down to 3 isn't necessarily terrible, and she's always decreasing her own speed anyways, so you're not particularly too sad after that. I've also done it on rounds, such as the man-at-arms. You're wondering, why the heck would you stick a quick draw charm on the man-at-arms? Well, let me tell you. It's actually for the reason of bellow, or you could try for riposte, but I'd much rather put it on the highwayman for riposte than the man-at-arms, because the highwayman just has naturally more damage, and there's a possibility, depending on your trinkets and scenario, you could one-shot somebody with a riposte crit. But what we're looking at here is actually bellow. We've gone over bellow in a separate video before, actually. Because theoretically, even though the man-at-arms are pretty slow throughout most of the game, minusing 7 speed and 10 dodge from somebody, the next turn, you only lose 3 and they lose 7. So if they have 7 speed, you go down to 2 speed, you're actually 2 speed above them if you're catching my drift here. So you're not even necessarily dumpstering your speed to necessarily do some damage here. So bellow is certainly another option. I never really hear too many people ever talk about the quick draw charm. I mean, not a lot of trinkets are honestly talked about in this general like rare category. Sun rings are pretty good and all that stuff, but I'm not talking about those. But I definitely think it's one of those weird niche ones where sometimes I'm like, yeah, let's put it on. Because if I show you the an occultist here real quick, we can kind of talk about what skill is going to do it. So right here, vulnerability hex is minus 90% damage, but it's plus 9% crit chance, so 21% crit chance on top. So it's a 31% crit chance. That's pretty good. Not only with that stress heal, it would give the critical buff to the occultist, and any little extra points of damage you could possibly do probably actually wouldn't even get above 1 or 2, but in case it does, you never know. Leaving an enemy alive at 1 HP is annoying. But also the critical chance would give you a 160% base chance to minus 20 dodge them. So you have your mark, you have your minus dodge. Now I do need to plus 3 from the quirk. Yeah, so I'll say, oh, hot to trot. Yeah, okay. Wait, no, that's not it. Oh, wait. Prismatic speed. That's DLC, sorry. But anyways, speed of 8, knocking an occultist down to 5. It's kind of rough. You might want to find just a other way. You could also use a jester for battle ballad. Don't put the quick draw charm on him, but I'm just saying, at max level, plus 4 speed would actually technically give you a plus 1 to the character's speed while still setting up your party how you want. So a jester is a possibility, whereas I said an offensive possibility is a man-at-arms. Let me know if you have a great disdain for a quick draw charm, or if you just use it all the time until you get to the veteran and boss level items. The only other thing I could maybe think of is if you just want to do a generic standing lunge, it'd be a plus 24% crit chance. You'd be at about 35-40% chance, like I said, depending on other items you put on. That might be just an instant delete. It would knock her to a base speed of 7 then, which actually isn't terrible. That's about average. So you could even try for a lunge combo. The quick draw charm really, and I'll say it one more time, it's really to set you up for either how your party wants to function or an instant delete. I do believe if you kind of just generically have it on somebody just to do, I don't know if it's exactly the best. Like, I'm just trying to think of an example where you're saying, oh, I'm going to put it on the leper so they can revenge right away or something. It's like, I don't know. You could say maybe like do it on a leper to get an instant chop, but once again, I really do think the ability you do needs to be like a guaranteed kill, because if you have a high protection based enemy in the front row and you want to do a chop, now you're going first just to do like a generic 5 to 10 damage. And the reason why I said it's better on the Hellion is because the back row tends to never really have a lot of protection, or to be, you know, isn't going to have the chance to be guarded either. So 18 speed, correct? Yes, 18 speed. No, 16. All math. 14 speed. Live math's the best. 14 speed for the most part should beat most people. If not, you could always try to find just one other one, get that character up to a 13 or 14 speed. And Iron Swan would have a pretty good chance of instantly deleting or at least chipping half the HP away, so you can follow up later that round. But I would heavily fall away from just doing it for like a single stun. That's why I did mention the Plague Doctor with Blinding Gas. It's a 2, and her base speed's actually pretty good. It would only go down to a 6, which is probably slightly below average, but there are some enemies she could still outpace pretty well. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe below.